The teams are now ready. Referee Robinson, he's ready. Wolves with Sarr in goal, Totti, Dawson and Kilman. Aït-Nouri and Semedo, the wing-backs. Gomez and Lemina in midfield. Then Sarabia, Cunha and Neto, the three forward players. Who are we waiting for now? Oh, we're waiting for the floor manager or the TV director or something to say we're good. And we are. Wolves playing as we see it, peeping out from behind the dugouts, frankly. Playing from left to right in the first half as we see them. So they're defending the old shed end, which is now where the Wolves fans are. In the two tiers of that, of a relatively low stand compared to the long side opposite us, away to our left.
Good numbers, Mike, from the away support. All's very, very well supported away from home, of course, as is Molineux as well. Yeah,
absolutely. I don't know what exactly the allocation, because it's not a huge stadium by Premier League standards now, Stamford Bridge, sort of hemmed in by West London. It's just under 40,000. So the away allocation will be relatively limited, but Wolves fill it wherever they go, whenever they play, because it can be any time these days. Chelsea in possession inside their own half. Move the ball from left to right over to Gusto, the fullback, who tries to make ground inside the Wolves half, and Gomez trying to put a foot in. The ball has run loose, and Aït-Nouri is digging to try and dig it out and win it for Wolves, but Gallagher's played it to the right and can't link up again with Gusto.
Done well, Mike. Aït-Nouri there.
Yeah,
really good closing down. It's a dangerous little area.
He's one. We were talking about this the other night. If you look around at players and say who has become a better player this season, I think Aït-Nouri certainly would be in that category. Wolves spread the ball over to the right, deep inside their own half. Semedo hoists it to halfway towards Neto. He can't get it, and it's headed back inside the Chelsea half by Caicedo, who cost them a king's ransom from Brighton. They were in a bidding war with Liverpool, which took it into 9 figures in the summer.
Good player at Brighton.
Unbelievable money.
Brilliant player at Brighton, he really was. Just struggling to find his feet a little bit here at Chelsea, but good chance here.
Chelsea have lost the ball. They've lost it to Neto, attacking from inside left. He's into the penalty area, and the keeper saves with his feet. The ball's run loose, and it's brought clear from the edge of the penalty area by Caicedo, but Neto with his first chance to run, this time coming in off the left rather than usually off the right, and he's a threat straight away, and he's nipped in to pick up the loose ball again as Chelsea were careless, and a shot from Cunha, and it's saved away to his right by Petrovic. Chelsea twice almost punished for being careless. Wolves very sharp.
What a passage of play there, Mike. Very, very unfortunate. They'll have to go 1-0 ahead there. Great play by the pressure from the midfield boys there on Caicedo, forcing that issue, forcing that poor pass, and a decent effort on goal from Cunha.
And Chelsea getting told, they must have been told this. How could you not know? Playing against Wolves, they saw them only 6 weeks ago, but you cannot be careless inside your own half with Neto and Cunha hovering about.
Well, they break forward so quickly, don't they? They've got good pace, they've got good ball skills, and they really do look to pounce forward.
You can't be dozy. Here's Chilwell on the left for Chelsea, England left back, just crossing halfway, infield to Sterling. Now a pass slid forward and Nkunku's after it. Sarr's got to get out there, and he didn't make it, but Nkunku is seen off into the scenery by Craig Dawson, who made sure that he wasn't going past. It's going to be a corner. Dawson was robust there. He didn't really make a tackle, but he made absolutely sure Nkunku wasn't going past, and Nkunku was heading only into the advertising boards.
Jose Sarr was slow off his line there, Mike. I think that the centre-back thought he was going to come out and just smother it. Dawson does what Dawson always does, just thinks about how to defend properly, and he's like you say, he ended up with Nkunku smashing into the boards.
Yeah, I mean, Dawson was never going to give way there, and Nkunku did end up sort of gambolling into the boards. I think he's all right, but he certainly felt it. But Dawson's just smart, isn't he? He gets to where he needs to be.
He's clever. He's a clever player.
Here's the corner from the left, headed away by Kilman at the far post. Back outside the box, collected by Gusto, and he's seen a run being made on the left into the penalty area, but the ball just ahead of Chilwell. It's the right idea from the fullback, but the pass wasn't right, and it's a goal kick to Wolves.
Yeah, good idea from Gusto there, trying to split that pass. Great run from Chilwell. Good player, Chilwell.
Jose Sarr he's normally very fast off his line, but he was caught out slightly there, and Nkunku, he's playing as the furthest man forward, with Sterling from the left, and Palmer from the right. So like Wolves, they've got a lot of pace up front. So the same goes for Wolves. They can't be taking liberty.
No, that's right. Yeah, they're both playing with that three up front, aren't they? So it's hopefully for an exciting game.
Well, it started easily. Yeah, we've only had 5 minutes, and Semedo has played it to Sarabia, who's pulled over to the right. Can he get the ball into the middle? It's half block, comes back for Semedo, tried to shoot off his left foot, and it was blocked by the player in front of him that was running out of room, but Wolves have recovered the ball again. An important foot-in made by Fernandez, and he was just caught Semedo as he went in to try and win that, and the referee's given a free kick to Wolves, which is a handy position to have it in. Again, Wolves very quick. And
the pressure on the ball, Mike's been brilliant, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It really has. That front three have been closing the back four down really, really quickly, and of course endless amounts of opportunity.
For a team that were only playing 2.5 days ago, they've started off full of energy, and that tends to be, certainly for Neto and especially Cunha, seem to keep running at all times now. Sarabia with the free kick, left-footed from the right, bending it in and hoping it might flick the head of Lamina, who's just over the top of him. And Joao Gomez recovering it. Semedo's going to knock it all the way back to Jose Sarr, who gives it a big boot down the centre. They're all still coming back on side, except for Aït-Nouri. And he is going to pick it up over to the left. Neto wants it in the middle, so too does Cunha, who's running further towards the goal. Cross was blocked. Lamina with a smart header out to try and pick up Joao Gomez. He didn't quite get there. And now a foul by Totti has stopped the potential break forward from Palmer.
Yeah, good foul there from Totti.
Yes.
Thinking Cole Palmer might have been away there.
He's learning very well on the job, Totti. He's 25, but he's a relatively late comer to sort of top level football. I know he had that spell over in Switzerland on loan, but he's cottoned on quick. I'm sure playing alongside Dawson helps him.
I think that massively helps. Yeah, it really, really does. You just watch that man lead by example.
Yeah. Well, Dawson's there again, and he's crowding Nkunku straight away as soon as the pass came through. Before the ball had arrived, Dawson made sure he was there, and Nkunku wasn't going to have any peace. Lamina, though, is also jostled out of possession, also by Nkunku. And a pass out to the left, Sterling's knocked it to Nkunku, and Dawson's there again to stop him. But that's a look like Lamina. He's got over that one. He leaned pretty heavily. Caicedo trying to win the ball, and away has come Wolves with Neto, and Neto brushes past Thiago Silva and just lost his balance, which gave Disasi the moment to get across and put the ball into touch. Thiago Silva just sort of brushed Neto, and it kind of like an aircraft coming in with the wind catching it. It knocked him slightly off balance a bit.
Good feet from Neto there. He's got three people around him. He's taken it lovely inside on that left foot and just overran it a little bit, which gave the defender the opportunity to make the tackle.
It's become
a decent play.
Yeah, become one of the most thrilling sights in this season's Premier League. Neto in full cry. And he dares defenders to try and stop him. Dawson to his right and Kilman. Wolves starting this move well inside the Chelsea half. Forward to the right touchline, and Sarabia cutting in field and putting the ball in on his left foot, headed clear from the 18-yard line by Silva. And away come Chelsea on the near side there left, picked up by Nkunku, shown towards the touchline by Lamina, poked it in field, and Enzo Fernandez picked up, and there's a man in space on the right. It's Palmer, two arriving in the middle. Palmer now up against Aït-Nouri, corner of the penalty area, drives inside onto his left foot and shoots, and it's well wide to a deflection, and a corner to Chelsea on their left.
That's good play from Cole Palmer there, cutting from that right hand side onto his left foot. Watched him in the warm up earlier on, Mike, and he's done exactly the same, just come across from that wide area and smashed one in the top corner. It's good defending there from Wolves.
11 goals this season with Cole Palmer.
He's a threat, isn't he?
5 goals in his last 7. Bournemouth lead Forest by 1-0. Justin Kluivert with an early goal in Dorset. There are 3 2:00 kickoffs today in the Premier League. West Ham against Manchester United as well. Here's a corner from the Chelsea left. Easy catch for Sarr. So 0-0 here. The late game is Arsenal against Liverpool, which is a tasty one. And it means that 2 of the teams in the title race will potentially taking points off each other. So Manchester City will be watching that closely, and Tottenham. And maybe Aston Villa still after their thumping win at Sheffield United yesterday. At half-time in this game, we'll hear some
good play from
action
Sarr.
and reaction from yesterday's games. Now, Sarr has found Sarabia, and he's given... Neto attempted a chase, goalkeeper out of his penalty area with an indecisive touch, didn't find touch, and Neto still going down the right. Eventually, back comes Chilwell to do what the goalkeeper should have done and whack it into the stand.
Yeah, just going back to Sarr there, Mike. He's done absolutely brilliant with that little pass through to the midfield. You know, he started the game with a little bit of hesitancy, and he's come and caught that cross from the corner, got the ball, got it down and played, and put Wolves on the attack again.
And that's bright thinking from Sarr, not just doing the simple thing. Sarabia made himself available.
Not sure about Kilman's socks, Mike. I don't know what's going on there.
Looks as though they're half torn at the back. I don't know. It's the. I mean, I've heard of ripped jeans, although I must say that's not part of my wardrobe. But maybe the day will come. But the ripped football sock, are his calves really that? Really that big?
Surely the sponsors of the socks would be able to make a sock with no holes in that's wide enough.
Yes. How big are his feet? Anyway.
How big is he, to be fair?
Yeah, he's
a big clump.
He is.
Good player.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable at this level, doesn't he, for a player who was in non-league just over 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Chilwell,
credit to him.
Well, yeah. Says a lot for the upbringing he had in non-league too. Forward come Wolves on their right, but Semedo checks back when he sees Sterling. Goes back to Kilman. And now Dawson, with 11 minutes of the second half played. 11 minutes of the first half played. You haven't overslept. Chelsea and Wolves.
Dawson's trying to get Kilman to step forward there.
Yeah.
A little bit quicker. Don't need to make that pass so long.
Yeah, Kilman has the armband on, but Dawson is very much the sort of captain of the back three, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
In that he's the one making sure, maybe you get a good view from the central position, but he's the one who's sort of making sure that Kilman and Totti especially are going where they should be, and he's also keeping an eye on Nkunku. Forward come Chelsea on their right, 12th minute, 0-0, and edging forward now, playing a pass out towards Palmer, and well watched by Aït-Nouri to push it clear to halfway. Caicedo now for Chelsea, Ecuadorian. Out to the right for Palmer, short to Enzo Fernandez.
Chilwell's getting this, Mike, isn't he?
Yeah, Chilwell's free on the near side to us. They're left, and he collects it now from Thiago Silva in his 40th year, Thiago Silva.
What a player. Well, what a career he's had.
Yeah, it still looks good at this level. Challenge is made by João Gomez, who got fed up of watching that, I think, and darted in ahead of Nkunku. Now, Gary O'Neill's made a very odd sign over towards Jose Sarr. I have no idea what it meant. I'm not sure Jose Sarr knew what it meant either, because he just rolled the ball out to Kilman. Kilman playing it down the right for Semedo, and Chilwell again.
I think Gary wants him to quicken up slightly.
Yeah, possibly.
Like, I think that's what it is. He's just talking about trying to get out on the far side, come down to one side and then switch it out.
Yeah, I think
you can't tell goalkeepers, though, can you? They're all raving bananas.
I'll take your word for it. Sarabia pushes the ball in field. I think Jose Sarr might even put his hand up to that description. Actually, he's a lot of fun. The time I interviewed him, he struck me as he's a bundle of fun. Here's Totti coming across to make a challenge on Palmer, and he's pushed the ball forward for Aït-Nouri to get after, and that looks as though it might just have been a brush on his ankle by Gusto. Yeah, and it's a free kick. And Aït-Nouri, of course, he's very lively. He's reacclimatised to the Premier League after his spell away with Algeria.
He's just brought that natural left footiness over there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Aït-Nouri, where no disrespect to Matt, but he was a right back playing left back.
Yes, and he didn't look right the other night, Matt Doherty.
The days of Andy Thompson being a right-footed left back and a left-footed right back either way, don't seem to be happening anymore. But
no, here's Neto to Sarabia, and back for Lamina to Semedo, and Wolves are eased back into their own penalty area, but they've got plenty of time. And Sarr gives the ball to Kilman, and Gary O'Neill really does want it moved quicker now. He's hopping up and down. Neto gets a sharp challenge in the back from Chilwell, who wants the throw, but it's going to be a Wolves ball. And yes, O'Neill's making the point a little bit more urgently now.
He is, I think it's slightly frustrating.
Yes, Chilwell had a handful of Neto's
he's
shirt
away,
there.
yeah.
Neto's been released down the near touchline by Gomez, and Neto right edge of the penalty area to wait for a cross, but he doesn't find them. Gusto, to his credit, got a cross diagonally in front of Mateus Cunha and stopped it, but it looked like Wolves were going to unzip Chelsea completely then.
Excellent defending there from Gusto, it really was. Two players at the far post in acres of space, and he just gets in between. He sorts everything out nice and calmly for Chelsea.
Yeah, he's a young player, Gusto, but they've spent over £20 million on him, which is relatively not that much in this Chelsea squad.
It's like a freebie.
It still seemed like it. But he's just 20, already part of the French national
If he's playing
team.
for France, he's going to be decent, isn't he?
For sure.
You don't get in that team if you're not good enough.
No, signed from Lyon, production of their academy, one of the stronger sides, of course, in the French league for the last few years.
Good play from Gallagher.
Yes, Gallagher's found Palmer on the right, and there are two in the middle. Palmer running at Totti into the edge of the penalty area and still going, but he couldn't quite keep tight enough control of the ball. Lemina's got a problem near the byline, and he's back-heeled his way out of it, playing it to Totti, which was...
How calm was that?
Yeah. Well, he has brought that to Wolves in his year or so here. He's brought great fire and fight, but he has brought a calm head in a crisis.
Yeah, he's got a fair bit of skill by the looks of that. And we've just got a little bit of a replay here.
Yeah, confidence too.
Brilliant play.
16 minutes, Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. And
Been a good start from Wolves so far, Mike. You say Wolves are on top. Better opportunities.
They've got that threat, haven't
Better
they?
chances in front of goal, so far.
However much Chelsea push them back, they've got a threat. And here are Chelsea trying to push them back with Caicedo. Out to the left, and there's a bit of space for Sterling. Semedo's not too sure about coming directly to meet him. Just stands back a little bit, but blocks the cross when Sterling tries to poke it through. Sterling gets help from Caicedo and knocks it... he knocked it through the legs of Semedo, but Semedo wasn't going to let that stand and made sure he recovered the ball, and he did. And he plays it up the touchline towards Neto, and it's out by Thiago Silva. And again, Wolves have worked their way out of danger.
Excellent play from Semedo there. Very calm and confident. Just he was in a little bit of trouble at the edge of the box, and he just works his way through it.
I think by common consent, having perhaps his best season so far for Wolves, or certainly his best since the first season when he arrived. Nelson Semedo, when he first arrived, it was a bit tricky, but he's
takes time sometimes, doesn't it, Mike, for certain players to settle down, and you're moving into a new country, you're moving into a new area, and you don't know where everything is and stuff. There's a lot of things.
And probably Lemina thought he jostled the ball loose from Enzo Fernandez, but it's a foul. And also coming into a rather different sort of right back than I imagine he was used to at Barcelona.
Yeah, of course.
Situation very different.
Yeah, slightly different level of player that he was playing with.
Yeah, well, I imagine probably there wasn't that much defending to do there, or at least not all the time. Now, Wolves are in possession in their own half with Lemina, who gives Kilman a slightly tricky one there with Sterling hovering, and Kilman made it look easy to take control of that and step around Sterling.
Lovely.
I don't think that was easy at all.
Lovely little step over.
The ball out to the near side for a throw. 18 minutes. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. My eye keeps getting caught by the badges on the Chelsea shirts.
They're very shiny.
Yeah, if you're a similar era to me, doing the old Panini sticker albums, then the club badge always used to be a shiny. And at school it was like, have you got any shinies to swap? And it's as if Chelsea have got a load of those and stuck them to the front of their shirt.
They've gone back to retro, haven't they?
Well,
got to say
some of us never left.
The Wolves red kit is brilliant.
Yeah,
I really like the Wolves kit.
They look good. And they look good in this game at 0-0 after 19 minutes. Forward come Chelsea on the left with Fernandez to Raheem Sterling. Off the left touchline, back to Fernandez again. There's a run being made by Gallagher into the centre. Dawson's watching him, but Gallagher's found some space and knocks it to Caicedo. And Palmer's running in on the right. It's 1-0.
That's a pass.
Cole Palmer's run of goal scoring continues. Gary O'Neill's very cross in front of us at the way Wolves defended that. Craig Dawson tried to alert them to the danger, but set up in the first place by Gallagher's clever play in the centre. Caicedo fed Palmer, and then Wolves were struggling, and it's Chelsea 1, Wolves 0.
Palmer just coming off that wide area, didn't he? Just on the back of Aït-Nouri's shoulders there, and Caicedo, what a pass that was. Straight into Cole Palmer's path, and a lovely, lovely finish into that bottom corner past Jose Sarr. What a pass.
Yeah, Gallagher, we haven't seen get into that position very much. They're checking it for offside, and it was tight, but he looked all right to me. But
just gets in between the two players.
But it was an inch perfect pass from Caicedo. It was weighted perfectly, and there was a very small channel to play that through that meant it was going to get in behind Totti at the angle that would allow Palmer to get there.
Just in between Aït-Nouri and Totti, he just came in from that wide area, Cole Palmer, and into a lovely, lovely position, and a great finish.
Cole Palmer, 12 goals this season, making his signing from Manchester City look a very wise investment. At the other end, Neto looked offside. I think he thinks he is as well. And the ball's going through to the goalkeeper from Cunha's pass. So 21st minute, 1-0 to Chelsea. Palmer 6 goals in 8 games. He looks a lot like part of England's future, doesn't he?
He's a good player, isn't he? Can play either side, either wide area, cutting onto that lovely left foot of his, or staying out wide. He's a good player.
2 full caps already for England, part of the England under-21 team that won their European Championship last summer. And Chelsea in possession once again with Conor Gallagher, who was also involved in the build-up to that goal. Caicedo, though, tackled in by João Gomez, and now Gomez going through the centre. Cunha's to his left, and uses Cunha now into the penalty area. Cunha, shot deflected, it's going in! Oh, he got a bit of a good fortune there, Matheus Cunha, but Wolves behind for only 3 minutes, and a goal for Cunha with a bit of help off a defender, but a lot of the work was done there by his fellow Brazilian João Gomez to spring the ball loose from the Chelsea midfield. He fed in Cunha, and Cunha scored with an in-off, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, if you don't shoot, you don't score, Mike, as we all say. It's good play from Wolves there, and fair play, because they didn't deserve to go 1-0 down. They'd had the majority of the play, so it's a really good time to score 3 minutes after conceding, but a little bit of fortune, but you take your opportunity to shoot, you give yourself the opportunity to get a deflection.
Gomez just harried Caicedo into giving the ball up, and without that there's no move.
And also, as well, going back to Caicedo, that beautiful pass that he's just played to Cole Palmer, he's the architect of Chelsea's downfall there by giving the ball away. But again, brilliant pressing by the Wolves front three.
Yeah, they're always there. Cunha's shot deflected off Thiago Silva, and the keeper's got no chance after that. So
Cunha's goal as well, Mike, which is good. It was on target.
Oh yeah, he'll have that. That takes him to 9 for the season. 4 goals in his last 7 now for Matheus Cunha, who for the first 9 months or so when he came to Wolves looked like the striker who couldn't score a goal for whatever reason, or he'd been signed seemingly as a striker, but a very good footballer, but not necessarily able to turn that into goals.
Footballer.
No. Yeah. But now he's still a good footballer, and they've added some goals, so happy days. And Semedo's on the charge down the right, and he's going to take on Chilwell. Chilwell stuck with him really well and made a challenge right in the corner to put it out for a throw, but Wolves look confident now.
Brilliant play from Semedo. He's got his team up the pitch there by about 60 yards. He really has. Great little bit of wing play from the fullback.
And he gives them a nice position to set up from to take the throw. And now, are they...
Free kick.
Free kick, yeah. Free kick to Wolves, because Sarabia's been knocked over. So, a chance to aim something. Who's going forward from the back? Yeah, they both will, I'm sure. Kilman and Dawson, and Totti is already there. Can see him.
It always makes me laugh, Mike, when so many players go around the ball. There's only ever going to be one taker.
Yes. Yes, it's Pablo
Cunha
Sarabia.
and Neto are there, like, thinking about what they're going to do, but they're not getting it.
No, they're just chaff and a distraction for the opposition. Sarabia's delivery is headed out from beyond the far post. Aït-Nouri looking to keep it alive for Wolves. Sarabia's gone lurking back in a deeper position in case they can use his skills again in this move. Cunha trying to poke it forward towards Totti, and João Gomes battling for it. And he's a bit disappointed that the ball ricochets off him and out for a throw. Manchester United lead against West Ham. Rasmus Højlund scoring for the second game in a row. He didn't score a Premier League goal until nearly Christmas, but he has 3 now in relatively quick succession. And Chelsea taking a little bit of a chance. Chilwell's back pass. Oh yes, they could be caught out. No, not quite. By Aït-Nouri, had pushed well up the field, but Chelsea have finally broken out. After, firstly, the goalkeeper had to deal with quite a sharp back pass from Chilwell that was heading straight to his goal if he'd made a mistake of it. Fernandes has spread it to the Chelsea left, and Chilwell 1-1 at Stamford Bridge. Sterling out to Chilwell on the left, and 2 defenders holding them there for now. Sterling's going sideways to Caicedo, and now to Fernandes. Coming up on his right is Malo Gusto. Aït-Nouri is out to meet him and make sure he's only going backwards.
Good shape, the Wolves. Gone into a 4-4-2 defensively in their final third.
Yeah, Totti's gone out to the left to help
good play.
Again, Cunha this time was all over the Chelsea player trying to go forward. They're very eager for work when they're not on the ball.
They certainly are, yeah. They're definitely buying into the manager's ethos of playing and how to play. You know, you can see that they've got a really good shape. They know their roles and responsibilities.
And you've got to be pretty fit to be doing that, giving up that energy and still be able to think clearly about what you're being asked to do.
Yeah, he don't sign slow players, does he, Gary?
No, there aren't many now, are there?
No, they're all rapid.
Not at this level. Here's Palmer on
Talking
the right.
rapid, Palmer's on the ball.
Well, he is. Scorer of Chelsea's goal that had them in front for just 2.5 minutes before Cunha's deflected equaliser. 27th minute now. Chelsea 1, Wolves 1 in a really intriguing game at Stamford Bridge. Chilwell back to Enzo Fernandez. Again, Gary O'Neill's leaping about in front of us, trying to make his voice heard. Almost hear him then, perhaps, on a sound effects microphone, bellowing his instructions out. He's only about 30 feet in front of us. Out to the left goes Sterling, short now to Palmer, who's come over towards the left side to join in, see if they can overload over here. Costo in the centre, has to move it on quickly, and Wolves not drawn out of their shape. Forward by Thiago Silva, instant control from Caicedo under pressure. To his right and Gusto, and Gallagher's pulled out to his right, to the right as well. Gusto's gone on further to the touchline. Infield to Palmer, Totti's all over him.
That's a foul.
It's a foul by Totti.
Yeah, you can't push him over like that, 2 hands.
He's just a bit over-eager occasionally, Totti.
It's a silly area to give a foul away when they're going nowhere in that wide right slot there.
He isn't quite the bit that he's still the emerging player in it. Yeah. He's eager and he fights hard, but occasionally it's making the judgment, isn't it, as to when you can and when you can't.
You know, he's, to be fair, Palmer's going nowhere, isn't he?
Yeah. So we've got a bonus, Chelsea, of a free kick on their right, not far from the right corner of the penalty area. Wolves will make a 2-man wall, Neto and Sarabia, to try and cut off one angle of attack. Chilwell, the left footer, is over there. And 5 in the penalty area for Chelsea. Sterling lurking outside it, potentially rather dangerously. Gallagher's run over the ball. Chilwell will play it short. Sterling running on into the area and from an angle can't keep the shot down. Hits it high over.
Training game movement there, right from that set play into from Chilwell into Sterling, and opportunity for a shot on goal. Sterling just blazes it over.
Yeah, no, that could have been more dangerous.
Decent set play there.
He was in a bit of space
good
there,
movement.
Sterling.
Yeah, good movement.
Yeah, we could see him from here hovering in a dangerous position, but they didn't pick him up. Totti with a high ball to halfway, and Aït-Nouri's the furthest Wolves man forward. He's out-jumped, but It's gathered inside his own half by Cunha, doing some useful work back there. And now forward to Ait Nouri.
Gary's trying to get the ball out this side.
Yeah,
Semedo, yeah. Oh, it's a lovely ball from Dawson.
And he's found Sarabia. Now it is Semedo crossing halfway. Back comes Sterling to meet him. So Semedo's gone short to Mario Lemina, and Wolves looking after the football. 29 minutes at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Wolves 1. Manchester United leading West Ham 1-0, and Bournemouth 1 up against Nottingham Forest. And there's Totti going for a trot forward into the Chelsea half. Makes a few yards, then uses Joao Gomez. Retreats to halfway when he doesn't see any better options on. And Dawson will give the ball to Kilman. Wolves want to keep it moving. Lemina all the way back to his goalkeeper. And they don't fret about doing that. They're quite content to go back if they need to. Ball popped out to the left. Heading on by Totti. Mistake by a defender. And Ait Nouri's away on the left. Neto's running in the middle. So too is Sarabia. And good defending again by Gusto, who caught up with Ait Nouri and then showed him towards the touchline. But he's got help now from Cunha, and Cunha has been fouled now by Gusto. So the second time he stuck his leg out and stopped the flying Cunha, and that's a free kick and a first yellow card of the game for Gusto. But I thought he did an important job in the first place because Ait Nouri was in.
How quick was he to get back? That goes back to what we were saying earlier, Mike, about how quick Premier League players are these days. Yeah. I mean, that was absolutely brilliant defending. And then in fairness to Cunha, he gets onto the ball for the second phase and draws a free kick. Good area for the Wolves here.
Gusto now finds himself in the uncomfortable position against some of the Wolves flyers of being on a yellow card.
Yeah. I think that's something that Gary will be mentioning at half-time about trying to take him on.
I'm sure it is. He gets a lot of things right, Gusto, but he's only got one. Well, he can't afford one more mistake like that. Free kick on the Wolves left then. At 1-1 with 14 minutes to go in the first half. And Wolves very much in the game. With an opportunity, Dawson and Totti are darting around inside the penalty area trying to give their markers the slip.
Gone too soon, Dawson.
Sarabia, and Cunha's glancing header can't keep it down. It was delivered by Sarabia into an awkward channel, and Cunha got up between two defenders.
Just a little bit too high for him, I think, Mike. Great ball in from Sarabia, great area to pick out, but just a little bit too high, just to get full purchase on the header.
Yes, it was not under less than a foot over the top, I think. Chasing in the goalkeeper again, and Petrovic had Cunha arriving at speed and had to jab an awkward back pass from Gusto out into touch, and Wolves having another good spell with their pace being brought to bear. In from the left, they drive into the penalty area. Cunha's found Ait Nouri, and he was just off balance, couldn't stab the ball across for Neto. Chelsea again hemmed in though as Wolves try and keep them penned back, and Gallagher almost stumbled on the ball, but he's managed to find some relief by playing it square to Thiago Silva. And Wolves are starting again to see some joy when they harry Chelsea.
Yeah, they're closing down and pressure. The natives are starting to get a little bit restless as well. This playing out from the back, which is how Maurizio all of his teams play.
Yeah, well, when it works, it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
They've turned defence into attack now with some Sterling playing the ball to the right, and Lemina has just stood his ground there.
Brilliant defending from Lemina. And just gives him a little bit of a sort of helping hand across that far side. Never been a penalty.
No. Enzo Fernandez was the player up there with him, but Lemina, well, he's just eased him out of the way. I think there's no more than that. So, but that was smart, wasn't it?
Upper body strength there from Lemina.
The ball is spotted down. Sarr would like to take the free kick as the referee told him he's got to hang on. No, you're all right. I think maybe the video people, without we getting the purple screen of doom inside the stadium, I think the VAR people might just have had a quick look at that. But all they'll have seen was some canny defending.
Very good defending.
And the goal kick taken by Sarr out to the Chelsea right, where they have it with Gallagher, found Palmer, and Totti puts a foot in, puts the ball out for a throw. Chelsea 1, Wolves 1 on BBC Radio WM. And the last of our live commentaries this weekend. The football phone-in returns tomorrow at 6, by the way, and every night this week from 6 o'clock to comment on, well, this weekend, another derby, Albion edging past Blues, Walsall drawing at Gillingham, Villa's major return to form dispatching Sheffield United last night. Well, there's some reaction from those games at half-time today, but the football phone-in from 6 o'clock tomorrow and every night this week on BBC Radio WM Sport. Sterling with a slightly awkward first touch, but he steers the ball away from Sarabia and plays it to the right, and Palmer and Chelsea have got 4 in the penalty area and trying to feed Gusto, who's coming in on that side, and a super tackle by Totti, who had to be pretty brave to make that. Oh, Wolves might have given it away again, though. Cunha laid it a bit short for Aït-Nouri, and Fernandez trying a shot from 25 yards that would have been spectacular, and instead it's well over the bar.
A little bit of untidy play there from Cunha, trying to play that pass first time. Might have been a bit smarter to take a touch and then bring somebody else into play.
Nerveless tackle by Totti a few seconds before, though.
Yeah, good play from Totti.
Tricky position. Now a long ball played over the top, and Neto's after it. Thiago Silva's telling the goalkeeper you need to be coming for that, and he does. And now gives it to Caicedo. 10 minutes to half-time. Chelsea 1, Wolves 1. There are only 2 points between these teams in the Premier League, whatever their relative budgetary strength. And there hasn't looked to be a great deal between them on the field, in all truth.
No, not at all.
João Gomez sees off his challenger and plays a good pass if Neto can haul it in, and he does under pressure from Chilwell. And his feet are whirring like an egg whisk to steer the ball away from Chilwell's attentions and back inside his own half to Kilman. The Wolves fans loved that.
Good play from Neto. I think he's trying to take on 14 people there in the space of about 5 yards.
Yes, several of them were Chilwell, and that was exciting. But he is an exciting footballer, isn't he, Pedro Neto?
Yeah, he just needs to add that little extra bit of stardust, doesn't he, from a goal-scoring point of view. Whereas his overall play and demeanour and manner of how he plays, and what he wants to do on the ball, just needs to be a little bit more ruthless at times.
Remarkable balance under pressure. Oh, that was an extraordinary leap across in front of Thiago Silva, and he would have had control of the ball had Caicedo not darted back and took it away. But Neto, almost like a ballet dancer's leap in front of Thiago Silva.
Done well there, Aït-Nouri. Very
on the
well.
far side, away from Gusto.
Forces a mistake from Gusto, giving Wolves a throw-in.
That's a good contest, because Gusto's a big talent at right back, but Aït-Nouri, the pace puts players under pressure. That's the thing, isn't it? The pace of the game these days. It's played so fast that you're under pressure all the time, and here's Aït-Nouri driving in from the left now, and a good challenge by Fernandez, and he's still battling for it on the floor, Aït-Nouri. It's hacked away from Lemina, and Lemina's coming back to collect a loose ball before Nkunku, who we saw a couple of times early in the game, but was drifted out of the picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
To the right, going Wolves with Semedo. Wolves enjoying a bit more possession in the last 5 minutes since their equaliser, really.
Yeah. I think they've been the better team overall.
Yeah, they look very assured.
Yeah, absolutely. Gary will be delighted with his first half performance.
Yeah, I think so. 1-1 at Stamford Bridge. Wolves were behind to Cole Palmer's goal on 19 minutes, but equalised less than 3 minutes later through a deflected shot from Matheus Cunha, but you couldn't say they're not worth it. Headed by Disasi away from Neto this time, and there's a foul by João Gomez.
That's a booking.
Yeah, he might well be.
Can't kick the ball away like that anymore.
No, the foul was by Gomez, but the yellow card I think has been shown to Semedo for keeping the ball clear.
Yeah. There's enough warnings.
Yeah,
get told all through pre-season this is what's going to happen. Kick the ball away, you're getting booked, and players still carry on doing it. And, it's just daft.
Unnecessary. His 6th yellow card in the Premier League this season, Nelson Semedo.
How many for tackles?
Off the top of my head,
sorry, Mike.
By no means all of them, I think it would be fair to say, but then I think you could say that about quite a few other players.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well. Yeah.
My point would be that a couple of them will be for kicking the ball away.
Yes.
Which, as a staff, and it's so frustrating when you get booked for stuff like that.
Yeah, we did raise that with Gary O'Neill early in the season, and His face said more than his words, put it that way.
Yeah, I think he thinks the same as me.
Momentarily chewing a wasp about that. Enzo Fernandez played the ball away to Sterling, corner of the penalty area. And Semedo is keeping him there, played it out to the left. Chilwell's cross, blocked by Kilman, and it's a corner to Chelsea on their left. It's a good game, isn't it, this?
Yeah, it is.
I'm enjoying it. It's a really interesting game. Not for the first time lately. Wolves are
Right in it.
Yeah, well, they're competitive,
Yeah.
but they're in interesting games now. Some of the games in the last couple of seasons have not always been that way.
But there's a threat up front, Mike, isn't there?
Well,
that's the thing.
There's always
three different types of players in that front three area, and all three of them have got the possibility of scoring at any time.
Yes, it's the ultimate deterrent to the other team.
Yeah.
No matter how much on top you are against Wolves, you've always got to watch for that. The corner was comfortably cleared by Dawson's header in the first instance. There were times when Wolves were struggling for goals the last couple of years where they haven't had that threat. But these days, no matter how much you were on top against Wolves, and we saw this a bit the other night with Manchester United when they had some good spells, but they always had to have the nagging fear that Neto might get at them, or Cunha might get at them.
Cunha, yeah, absolutely.
Now,
and they've got a bit of excitement on the bench, haven't they? With boy Ferguson. What's the young kid?
Oh, Fraser. They're excited about him. Here come Chelsea playing it on the right, and the pass from the right from Gusto was just in front of Nkunku, who was in a good position if the cross had been better, and Wolves have cleared it. Neto's away from one challenger, and now he's running at Thiago Silva. Neto's going to cut it to his left foot and shoot. It's blocked back to him. Chilwell tries to recover it, and a foul by Neto in there, and a yellow card for Neto. He can't believe it.
I think it might be a little bit of a stamp. It might be. Not sure.
Well, the referee gave him a card straight away. Neto has left the scene. He might be advised to stay away from it, I think.
But he's been booked. Get away.
Yeah, his first shot hit Thiago Silva, who was hurried by Neto, to say the least. It wasn't the neatest challenge from Neto.
It wasn't, was it? It wasn't.
No, I think he's going to see, understandably, to have a yellow card for that.
Yeah, there's good talk about Fraser. Yeah, a few people like him, so that's exciting times for the young man.
Well, at the moment, with Silva having gone, I see Fabio Silva scored for Rangers yesterday, so good for him. And Sasa Kalajic having gone to Eintracht Frankfurt. We'll come back to that. As Chelsea from the free kick hit it down their left, and Sterling's held it up to Gallagher, and Gallagher and Lamina got in a slight nudging contest, and down has gone Sarabia in the end, and it's a free kick to Wolves.
Never been a foul.
No. Well, you wouldn't want it given against you.
No, absolutely.
But Gallagher, he's keeping his thoughts to himself very wisely.
We've seen it again, Mike. We're still not convinced, are we?
Well, on this occasion. Keep smiling and walk on. Yeah,
like you say, two strikers left.
Yeah, well, yes, and so in terms of a number 9, because they left at a time when I think Wolves were reasonably confident they would get somebody in the window, and then for better or worse they haven't. So if he calls for a more traditional style number 9, then Fraser is currently the main man at the club in that role. Especially with Hwang out of the picture.
Yeah.
So that's exciting for Nathan Fraser, just 18, and he looks as though he's got the apps. He scored a goal in front of the South Bank the other week in the Cup replay, which I'm sure did him the power of good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, good lad, good for him. So maybe he'll get a chance, I think, in the next few weeks. Certainly until Hwang's back, I think he probably will. Now Semedo has played in Neto on the right, and 3 arriving in the middle. Aït-Nouri shot, another deflection, another goal. Aït-Nouri this time, and it's 2-1. And Wolves are playing snooker with the Chelsea defenders. Aït-Nouri guides this one in. It might have been Thiago Silva again, but the danger came initially because Neto was given room to run into, and after that they can cause chaos. Aït-Nouri in from the left as the extra man guided it off into the corner. He'll tell everybody he meant it all day long, and it doesn't matter because Wolves lead 2-1.
Of course he will. Gary will be absolutely delighted with that, with him coming in from that wide left area. I mean, he's breaking his back to get across the line. Massive deflection off, I think it was, like you say, Silva. Huge deflection. I think it was going wide. But yeah, it goes.
Yeah, Disasi this time is the man, is the unlucky man as it happens. But
Neto, good play for Neto as well. Lovely ball across.
Well, however,
2 deflections.
I mean, yeah, if you're the defensive team, then you say, well, 2 deflections would have been done by there. On the other hand, that goal doesn't get scored if Neto doesn't make the run in the first place, and certainly doesn't get scored if Aït-Nouri doesn't make the run.
Absolutely.
And I reckon the match of the day or whatever tonight, that's what they'll be picking up. Aït-Nouri's come a long way in, and Caicedo hasn't seen him.
And no doubt he's come past quite a few Chelsea players.
Well, for sure. And nothing happens if those 2 don't make the run.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got a game now. Chelsea 1, Wolves 2.
Deserve to be in front, of course.
They look good.
More opportunity to score. Better possession in the final third. They've been good, Wolves, first half. Really good.
Double over Chelsea. You wouldn't mind that on your list of achievements this season. Gary O'Neill is, if there are no further goals, that's what he will have pulled off. He and his players. Leading 2-1 at Chelsea, having beaten them by the same score at Molineux on Christmas Eve. But it's still not quite half-time here. And Sterling into the edge of the penalty area, and Dawson was in there first to dig it out. Clearance to halfway. I imagine Pochettino will be quite glad that half-time is coming up soon. Not necessarily to want to make all that many changes. They go down the right. Gusto is after this. We're into a minimum 4 minutes to add. Gusto and Totti have ended up in a great pile on the far side, and it's a Wolves goal kick.
Totti's done brilliant there, Mike.
Yes.
He's
all over Gusto.
Yeah, he is. He's just fed him across out the line. Just give him a little bit of a shoulder barge. Good defending.
Chelsea have looked, at moments of adversity this season, they've kind of melted away a bit, and if you were Pochettino, you'd be a little bit worried that might happen again.
You'd be concerned, absolutely. I would imagine that the crowd might let their feelings know in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
There were 1 or 2 away to the right here who were certainly doing that when the goal was scored. We're in the press box here that's down right below the canopy of the level of the stand above us, so we get a sort of like it's like watching the game at the cinema on a big sort of wide but not very high screen. And there are Chelsea fans in around us, and they've had better Sundays out than
they're very quiet, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, they're not impressed. 2-1, Wolves lead, and we're in added time at the end of the first half at Stamford Bridge, and that wasn't a very neat ball forward by Disasi. He's just punted it into the stand. So we'll see a little bit of what Chelsea are made of. We saw the other night what Wolves are made of, although they ended up losing the game, but they fought back very well, having been outplayed for a while.
Yeah.
But you look at some clubs around the Premier League, and fear the spotlight lingers on Chelsea in this regard, looking at some of their recent results as to whether they've got the same resolve. We're going to see.
We certainly will. It's an important team sort of for Pochettino in that dressing room. Gary will be very, very calm, won't he?
I should think so.
You know, he'll be delighted with how his team have played, not just to be being in front, but to be deservedly in front.
They've looked pretty good. Chelsea in possession in their own half. Forward comes Sterling, tried to play a pass towards Palmer, but Wolves had plenty of men in the way. João Gomez is getting through an awful lot of work in there, isn't he?
Yeah. The two of them, they complement each other brilliant, don't they?
Bournemouth 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Callum Hudson-Odoi, who was at Chelsea, of course.
Good for Forest.
Forest, yeah.
Difficult place to go to, Bournemouth.
So 1-1 there. Forest not far outside the bottom 3, and with Everton certainly will feel that they're a better side than obviously where they are after the points deduction. Forest with a bit of work to do. Luton fighting very hard, of course, at the bottom after.
Yeah, done a good job, Rob, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he has done a good job.
Didn't quite pull off a famous win at Newcastle yesterday, but a spectacular game.
What a game.
Free kick deflected away to the right here for Wolves, and Lemina, he's trying to go against the fullback, but it's going to be a goal kick this time.
What's he doing over there, Lemina, as a right winger?
Well,
get back in the middle.
He fancies himself in charge wherever he goes, doesn't he, Mario Lemina?
Yeah.
He's another leader. We talked about earlier about the captain, but there's more than one captain out there for Wolves at these days. Chilwell has played a pass down the left.
Offside.
And they're offside, yeah, and they knew they were as well.
Yeah.
So
Sterling knew he was off.
So it's a free kick.
Chilwell's asking for a foul there. It's never been a foul.
Yeah, been a few of those in
Yeah.
the first half. 2-1 Wolves approaching the break. Only a few seconds to go. And Sterling's walking around grinning every time he walks back. There's not many people in the stands are grinning at the moment, I have to tell you. Wolves fans having a good time. And there is half-time. Chelsea, oh, there you go.
There you go.
He puts it rather more eloquently, in some cases rather less eloquently than we can. Yeah, I mean, Tommy Doyle has done very well in the recent games. Perhaps not so much the other night against Manchester United. He's done very well, and there will be games that suit him, but this looks a good partnership.
Yeah, I think just the physicality, a little bit of those two in midfield, a bit more than Doyle at the moment is needed.
When the game stretches sometimes later in the game, it's when he comes into it. Perhaps he will as time goes on, and I dare say, having had a long 90 minutes in their legs the other night, there will be changes to manage as the second half goes on. But we get underway with Chelsea. Neto's won the ball straight away inside the Chelsea half, into the penalty area, wants to shoot when he's got to a wide angle, and it's beaten away by Petrovic. And right from the start of the second half, as Neto fouls Gusto on the far side trying to win the ball back. But
he was unlucky there, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Chelsea having to again relearn the lesson of the first half, which is you cannot dawdle with Neto about.
Yeah, he's stolen that ball back really, really well. He just couldn't get his body across enough to get more purchase on his shot. Obviously on his right foot as well. He's not going to be as powerful as his left.
Yeah, he wanted to take a step, I think, to get it on his left foot, but the momentum of the ball was carrying him that way, and Gusto was trying to do his best to grapple him. He'd come all the way across with him. So, in the end, onto his right foot was the best option. Now Jose Sar's outside his penalty area to fine touch, and there's a chap a few rows across from us to the right.
He just
got up and headed that back, which got the biggest round of applause from that block all day.
Get him a blue shirt on. Get him out there.
Yes, I would dare say there'll be. He was in the line of sight of the manager, so consider himself scouted. Here comes Cole Palmer, Chelsea's goal scorer, in off there right. There's a runner in from the left, and it's set back for Sterling. Oh no, he missed a big chance. Raheem Sterling inside the penalty area. Chelsea worked that beautifully, and Sterling zapped his shot wide from 15 yards.
I can't believe Ben Chilwell hasn't had a shot.
Well, yes, he was the first man in there.
He's got to be 8 yards out there. I don't know why he's past it. I mean, Raheem Sterling should hit the target and should score, of course, but from there,
it's a brilliant ball by Palmer in the first place.
Yeah, it's
he
a lovely
sees
little
Chilwell's run. Chilwell might have been pushing offside, but either way,
you can tell he's a defender who won't shoot.
No, but it was. He will say, well, look, that's Raheem Sterling there. He scored 1 million goals in the Premier League. From there, he's going to be deadly, and he missed it. Well, Chelsea, of course, for all that they might be misfiring, still have a lot of talented players, and that was a reminder to Wolves. I'll recap the team shortly. There weren't any changes at half-time, but Wolves looking to roam forward again, and doing so in numbers. When they come forward, Wolves, they hunt as a pack, I suppose they'd like to say. There's 4 or 5 of them getting forward, and they obviously...
Gary's absolutely delighted with that work right there from his team.
Well, there were 5 going forward when they had the ball there, and that's not the look of a team that's trying to protect a 2-1 lead. No. They're not thinking that way.
Now, they might do that in another 30 minutes or so, but definitely not at the start of the second half. No,
I think they fancy doing a bit more damage to Chelsea, but here's Sterling looking to go the other way, and did Semedo catch it?
It's a good tackle.
Sterling tumbled, but Semedo got there. So Neto's knocked the ball back to Semedo in an awkward position, and Semedo has kept working, and he's drawn the foul the other way. So everything is running for Wolves just at the moment. And we've had 3.5 minutes of the second half, and it is Chelsea 1, Wolves 2, and Wolves immediately pick up the momentum once again, underlining the fact that they are by no means looking to just hold what they've got. They fancy scoring another goal. Wolves are Sarr in goal, Kilman, Dawson and Totti, Semedo, Lemina, Gomez and Nouri, 4 across the middle, and then Sarabia supporting Neto and Cunha. And on the bench are Doherty, Santiago Bueno, Hugo Bueno, Doyle, Bellegarde, Griffiths, Chirewa, Fraser, and the goalkeeper Bentley. Manchester United with a 2-0 lead now over West Ham, by the way. Early in the second half, Garnacho has scored there for Manchester United. Bournemouth 1, Forest 1 is still the latest. Chelsea are Petrovic in goal, Chilwell, Disasi, Silva and Gusto to the right. Fernandes and Caicedo in midfield, then Sterling, Gallagher, Nkunku and Palmer. Palmer on the right, Nkunku generally furthest forward. We didn't see much of him in the first half after the early minutes, but Chelsea have a free kick now inside Wolves territory over to the left. Then it's tapped sideways for Caicedo, who plays it over to the right and brings in Gusto. Now infield for Disasi. And on by Caicedo, midway inside the Wolves half. Out to the right touchline for Malo Gusto. And back for Disasi. And Wolves holding their shape once again, as they did efficiently for almost all of the first half.
I think he might have been given the own goal, Disasi, Mike. I think I'm not sure whether Aït-Nouri's been credited it was.
He needs to get his agent on it. It's Caicedo playing it short to Thiago Silva. He was signalling to Disasi, but the ball came back to him his way instead. Disasi pulling out to the right. Chelsea, you can hear the fans getting frustrated because Chelsea aren't going anywhere.
Wolves are in a really good shape.
Sterling trying to pick his way through it, and there's a man free on the right, Palmer, but he needed a perfect first touch. And when he didn't get that, Totti made sure he didn't get a second touch, and it's a Chelsea corner.
I think he got away with that one, Totti, a little bit.
Yes.
And short corner played as well.
Yeah, and they're keeping the pace higher now. Back to Gusto. And here is Chilwell bending the ball in from the right side with his left foot, and well watched by Kilman. It'll be another corner though.
Good defending from Kilman there. Two players overload at the far post. Just came across and won that header. Very important.
Glanced it clear. 6 minutes into the second half. Chelsea 1, Wolves 2 on BBC Radio WN. Corner from the left. And Chelsea have Nkunku and Fernandes forward, and Disasi's gone inside the 6-yard box, and in it comes now, and Thiago Silva is heading it over from just outside the 6-yard box.
That's a chance for Silva, isn't it?
Yeah, it
with
is.
his heading ability. It's a chance.
2 goals he's got this season so far. One of Chelsea's Champions League winners of just 3 years ago when they won the Champions League.
Seems an age away as well, Mike, doesn't it? It really does. Completely different look in Chelsea Football Club these days.
Coming into today, and the amount of money that's been spent in that time, and yet they're 20 points off the top of the Premier League coming into today. Disasi heading the ball forward towards Nkunku, away by Dawson, so smacked into the desk in front of ours. And
good catch by the goalie coach there.
Yeah. It's Gusto taking the throw on the right for Chelsea, just in Wolves half. Back to Gallagher, to Disasi, who's got every time he looks up, Disasi, he's got Neto staring at him.
Yeah. Neto's work rate, to be fair, the front three's work rate has been absolutely fantastic.
Doesn't look like a guy who was injured a few weeks ago, does he, Pedro Neto? He's well and truly back up to speed. And did 90 odd minutes the other night, so still going strong. Infield to Gallagher, and there's a man over on the left, Chilwell, into the edge of the penalty area. Sterling just wriggled away from Lemina, but not from Kilman, and it's away for a Chelsea throw. Slightly better spell from the home team at the moment. 8 minutes into the second half. Chelsea 1, Wolves 2. Thiago Silva gives it to Gallagher, who's pulled away to the left hand side, edging his way forward and finding Wolves' shape solid again.
Yeah, they're quite happy to let them have the ball there, Mike, aren't they? The Wolves, they've set a really good shape, sort of a 5 across the back and then 4 in front.
Palmer's diagonal, found Chilwell, pops it up into the centre, headed by Nkunku. Totti got a foot on the ball, now it's broken up, and away comes Aït-Nouri with the ball. And this is where Wolves are dangerous, on the transition, as they call it now, turning defence into attack. And Aït-Nouri to Neto, and knocked the ball back towards him. He wriggled away from Aït-Nouri, and he's had to concede a throw to Chelsea, and that was not a foul by Aït-Nouri. looking to try and interrupt the Chelsea throw
again.
routine, and off go Wolves. Sarabia set, Cunha away, Neto's to his left, Cunha's trying to get
that's
through
a
the
foul.
middle, and that looked like a foul by Caicedo, and it is a free kick just outside the penalty area in what we used to call Ruben Neves range, but it is another opportunity for Wolves, again generated by the pace.
Mike, Cunha's done absolutely fantastic there. He's picked that up just on the halfway line, run forward as quickly as possible, and then stepped across, brought the foul on, and possibility and a really good chance here for Wolves from a set play. I'm pretty sure that there'll be 5 players around the ball, and then one of them will take it.
Yes, probably be Sarabia.
Yeah.
Well, Neto's there.
Neto's
anyway.
there as well, yeah.
Yes.
So
He's
take your pick. There you go.
no, he's been told, I think. And he's gone and whispered to Aït-Nouri, look. So maybe there is a secret plan after all. Lemina is hovering nearby, but Sarabia
Looks all over this, doesn't he?
Yeah. Gary O'Neill is a big fan of Sarabia's ability to manipulate the ball. And this is a tempter. Dawson is trying to cause problems by standing immediately behind the wall and maybe block the goalkeeper's view. And now he's going to come and stand next to them, next to Fernandez, and Sarabia has a go, and it was only just round the post, and some of the Wolves fans thought it was in, but it was just into the side netting.
From where the away supporter sat there, they thought that had
was in,
nestled into that corner.
They were all up for that.
They absolutely were.
Semedo, hook the ball forward, beautiful control by Cunha, and a good challenge stopped him, but he's come back to Sarabia. Sarabia wrestling with the defender, that's another free kick. Well, Sarabia's had a sighter, and Caicedo again, he gets a yellow card, and Sarabia's had one to set his sights now, and this one is just a fraction straighter.
Excellent referee in there, Mike, as well. Just waiting to see the tug and pulled him down, and then referee gave the free kick.
Yeah, he's done that with both of those actually in the last couple of minutes. Tim Robinson,
You can see that he's all over him.
Yeah, but he's just taken a beat, the ref, before blowing the whistle.
Very, very good referee.
That makes sense, and gives you a chance to think as well. Just as the referee, everybody needs a moment, and better to wait half a second and make the right decision.
I think that Lemina's going to smash this.
Well, I think he wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Sarabia, I'm sure, would fancy another go.
I think Neto's there as well, isn't he? They're all there.
They all fancy it now. Somebody's on lying down behind the wall duty, which is not much of a job.
No, I don't get that.
No.
I don't get it.
It's not as bad a job as it used to be on the old pitches, but even so.
Yeah, I'm not one for that.
No.
I don't like that part of it.
Well, there are 5 in the wall in front of him who whoever it is down there, he's very much hoping will do their job. Dawson is, again...
Loitering with intent.
Yes, that'll be it. And it's Neto, and it's straight into the wall, head height, back off Thiago Silva. Comes out to João Gomes. Sarabia pokes it down the right. Cunha's there, but Chilwell's there as well, and it's out for Wolves' first corner of the match, coming in the 58th minute. Good pressure this, isn't it?
Yeah. Awful free kick, it's got to be said.
Yes. I think Sarabia's back on the next one, I think. Probably fair to say after that. Chilwell was winded by a collision with the advertising board, I think. There's not a lot of sort of running room there after the touchline.
No, it's very, very close, isn't it?
And the corner is for Sarabia on the left. Wolves already leading 2-1.
Foul on Dawson there, look.
In it comes. What's the referee seen? He's seen a different one. The ball was put in by João Gomes, but everybody stopped playing before that.
Not sure what he gave there.
No,
there's that much holding going on.
Yes. Yes, Dawson and Dizazi were having best of 3 falls on this side.
Dizazi wasn't even looking at the ball. He was just holding Dawson, just holding him all the way through.
Gary O'Neill may be making that point to the 4th official at the moment.
Yeah, I think Cuts is up there as well.
Yes.
Get the goalie coach involved.
Yes. Well, Chelsea are taking a while over who's going to take a free kick from inside their own penalty area. And
Gary's saying the same thing to the 4th official now.
Yeah, he's getting plenty of it down there. Steve Martin is the 4th official, who's having his day spoiled. Now Gusto at the other end, he's running at Aït-Nouri, he's stuck with it.
That is. Ooh, I thought
corner's been given, but it looked like it might be.
Thought he might have kicked it against him. No, maybe not.
Stuck with him well though, because Gusto had a run at him there. And it's a corner on the right with 14 minutes of the second half play. Chelsea 1, Wolves 2. And Chilwell on the left-footed corners from the right-hand side. And it's in towards the near post, towards Disasi, and it hits Lemina, who was standing behind him, and goes behind for another corner kick.
Oh, he's crumbled the linesman. I don't think either of them knew what to give there.
No. Well, Chelsea people shouted for a corner, and yeah, I think the referee and linesman were on at odds there, weren't they?
Lemino's got to be careful here, Mike. You just watch him there. He's not even facing the ball. He's trying to push into Disasi.
Yeah. Don't want to be getting too much involved in that. Eyes on the ball. Referee's had a word to settle them down. Chilwell's corner from the right, and queuing up to head it away. Kilman got up first, and the only man he's been to was Dawson, and they could be off on a break if Sarabia can get his feet together, and he moves it to Cunha, and Aït-Nouri's ahead of him. Cunha's been delayed very cleverly that time by Caicedo, who just had to make himself an obstacle. But Wolves have a second wave, and it's Sarabia, and he's got two runners out on the left. Totti's gone furthest forward, but Neto stops things and moves it back to Lemina with a slightly chancy pass that Palmer couldn't quite reach, and it's back in Wolves' possession inside their own half with Lemina. Chelsea are getting Nicholas Jackson ready to come on, the striker, Senegalese international, just back from the African Cup, so he'll be joining in shortly. Fernandes moves the pass to his right, and Gallagher to Palmer. There are two free on this edge of the area, and it's blocked by Dawson. He gets a second chance. And it deflected off a defender, and Sarr kept his eye on the ball and not on Nkunku, who was trying to run in front of him, and he held the ball.
Done well there, Sarr, he really did.
Yeah, it was dangerous.
Cole Palmer, trying to get that left-footed shot off, but Sarr stood up well.
But Nkunku ran across in front of the goalkeeper, or tried to, and it would have only needed a slight deflection just to hit him almost and go in, and Sarr wasn't distracted by that. He kept his eye on the ball, and he did well. Now Aït-Nouri trying to get away from Gusto inside his own half, Rayan Aït-Nouri, and would like a pass, and back came Nkunku to get in the way, and Kilman's clearance is charged down. Totti would like to head it to the goalkeeper, and he's done well. Again, kicked his head. Gary O'Neill's shouting from the near side, telling, again, Jose looks at him slightly bemusement. I'm not quite sure I know what you mean there, Cap.
I think Gary's trying to get the switch of play on a bit quicker. Yes,
now there's got to be watching out again, because Nkunku's got the ball edge of the penalty area, and it's back with Palmer. Palmer on his left foot, shoots wide.
I think Totti needs to sort of send him down the line there.
Yes.
No, that Cole Palmer left foot is very, very good.
Here comes Jackson, and he's going to replace Caicedo, who at times today has found Wolves' pace and movement a bit of a handful. He did put in a very good pass, the scoring pass for Palmer. It's for Chelsea's goal, but Caicedo has not looked easy with Wolves running at.
He's just punching the bench there.
Yeah,
he's not happy. I would imagine that he can't be happy with his performance. Not the manager's decision to bring him off.
No, that was he suffered a bit in there today, Moises Caicedo, and was on a yellow card as well, which might also have weighed on the
sensible management.
Wolves have the ball on halfway. Semedo's pass is deflected into the path of Neto, and Neto's got a run on Thiago Silva. Aït-Nouri's in the middle. Neto cuts it back. Cunha, 3-1. And Wolves are on their way to a double over Chelsea after another lightning break on the right. Neto carried the ball in field, and he had options. Aït-Nouri was available, but so too was Cunha, and there's no doubt he's the goal scorer this time as Wolves extend their lead at Stamford Bridge. Cunha makes it 3-1 Wolves.
Breakaway football at its finest. Brilliant breakaway there from the Wolves. Great ball. Neto again nips inside, lays it across, and smashes it into the net. What a goal.
Semedo put a canny touch in right at the start of that on halfway. He got a bit of good again, there was a deflection this time in the build-up, that took it through to Neto, but you could see what Semedo was thinking straight away. As soon as they got the ball, he was thinking, how can we release Neto? And by way of a brush of a defender, he's found him, and after that, Chelsea are always in trouble.
He's absolutely smashed that past the goalkeeper there. It's a brilliant finish, absolutely brilliant finish.
Well, depending on whether or not he gets the one earlier on today, that will take Cunha to 10 for the season. But it's a huge stride forward in Mateus Cunha's game. He's 24. I've mentioned on the air a couple of times recently, but Max Kilman was saying after one of the games the other week, when we were talking about the build-up for the derby, about whether the players bought into it or not, whether they understood, and he said Cunha's the one who asks all the questions. He wants to know everything. Yeah, and you can see how much Mateus Cunha must have learned in the last 6 months, because there's so much he's added to his game.
Well, he's even by saying that shows that he cares.
Yeah,
it really does. It's a wonderful finish. It really is. It's a great move by the Wolves. Just really pleased that they're that exciting. Also, Mike, the actual player celebration with the supporters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The connection.
Brilliant to see.
Yeah.
It really is. They're all in. The whole of the team are there. The only one that doesn't go up is the goalkeeper, which you can understand. Yeah. But everybody else is celebrating that goal.
If they score another one, he'll be there. Don't worry about that. He'll be there. About just over a year ago, when Wolves were struggling a bit with Bruno Lage, they're in again. My goodness. It's Aït-Nouri this time, and he's found Cunha. Edge of the area. Cunha chips it over to the right, and striding in was Sarabia. Took it on his left foot, couldn't keep it down. But another great break, and look how many men Wolves had in the penalty area. Five of them. Leading 3-1 away from home at Chelsea, and they're still hunting for more.
To be fair, Mike, it's a poor finish.
Yes,
from Sarabia there. He's got to hit the target. He's offside, Jackson, there.
Yes, he is. Well, we probably won't even need to find out, because Wolves have the ball. But it's no wonder. I mean, you were talking earlier about Wolves fill the away and everywhere they go. You can see why, can't you? Yeah. You'd want to come and watch this. Wolves look
it's exciting
great.
Football, isn't it?
It is exciting football. Whatever the result, and they haven't won this game yet, but it's exciting. And they're now forcing Chelsea to play it faster, which might work for the home team, oddly enough. Here's a cross from the right into the penalty area, and it's headed wide. A fumble by Jackson, who was in a good position there at the far post, but he never looked like he was getting that a clean header.
That is an awful header. That is a player that's got zero confidence.
That didn't look
He's not even looked like he was going to hit the target.
No.
I mean, it's a superb ball. Just floated up into that back post area, level with the back post. And he's not even give the keeper anything to do.
No. Gusto's cross.
That's poor.
It's a big chance.
It's poor.
Well, yeah, I mean, Chelsea are being forced to speed the game up now. They've got no option. They're 3-1 down and struggling. Gary O'Neill, he's not waiting for Chelsea to take the initiative here. He's going through, well, it looks like revising for A-levels that he's doing with Tommy Doyle and John Rick Bellegarde down the near touchline. But
Gomez fell awkwardly there, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Not too sure whether he's thinking of the substitution.
Well,
it doesn't seem to be moving great.
No, I mean, look, there's not much you'd want to change, but they need to be mindful about the fact that Chelsea are going to want to alter things. João Gomez hasn't played a full 90 minutes since the game at Brentford the day after Boxing Day. He was substituted against Everton and then, of course, sent off in the Brentford Cup tie.
He looks like he's struggling, mate, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, this might be the time that they make a change. Doyle and Bellegarde are being got ready. And no doubt there'll be some managing of fitness as well. He won't want to push anybody too far into the red, having played the other night. So there will be a thought in his mind about that. But at the moment, Gallagher for Chelsea, as they try and wrest the initiative back, as they must, because as it stands, Wolves are going above Chelsea in the Premier League. Out to the left go Chelsea inside the Wolves half with Sterling.
Chelsea bench is
Harry giving the ball out for a throw.
Chelsea's bench is very, very static, trying to work out what they're going to do next, or what substitutions they're going to make.
The players on the field are trying to respond, but otherwise, looking around the stadium here, it feels like, and I'm crossing my fingers as I say this because they've got enough potential to get back in the game with the players they've got on the field, but it feels like there's a bit of accepting of fate going on here, isn't it?
Yeah, big switches on here. There you go.
Compare it to Wolves being 3-1 down at home the other night.
Cunha's out.
Cunha's away again on the left. Gary O'Neill's out and saying, steady lads. And Wolves have got 6 going forward here. Into the penalty area with Neto. He's tackled, and now they've got to watch out at the back.
That's not a foul.
They might be, he's stayed down Neto, but forward come Chelsea. But without any great air of, oh dear. And Nkunku, whose head is in the clouds, just miscontrols a simple pass out of play. And they're going to start getting the bird off their home fans in a big way in a minute. Because...
Interesting, he's going for, looks like Mudryk might be coming on for Chelsea.
It is. Well, the contrast between the two teams at the moment, I can't tell you. Wolves leading 3-1 away from home when you'd be thinking manage the game, when they've got a chance to go forward, there's 6 guys hurtling forward. Chelsea needing to get back in the game, sort of shambled forward and then miscontrol the ball out of play. My goodness.
Wolves are in control, Mike.
They are.
They're
in complete... even when Chelsea have the ball, it feels like Wolves are controlling things. But, Dawson's just chipped the ball over the head of Jackson.
He's my favourite player this season, Dawson. Mike. Well, he really is. He is just a class above. What is he, 106? Well,
he sometimes has the air of that about him, but... he's cheap at twice the price for what they paid for him last winter.
Chuck Lameka from Villa.
From Villa, yeah.
There you go.
Cunha, the first sign of fight coming from Conor Gallagher of Chelsea, to his credit, who just cleaned up Cunha with a tackle, put the ball into touch. It wasn't a foul, but it was a strong tackle. And Gallagher turned to one or two of his teammates then and glared at a few as if to say, look, where are you?
Yeah.
And he's got a point, to be fair.
I think Gary's having a bit of a disagreement with Gallagher there as well.
Yeah, well, that's
not happy with the tackle.
That's part of the game, but from Gallagher's point of view and Chelsea's point of view, he at least seems to be able to see that the game is just drifting away from Chelsea and from one or two of their players. Mudryk and Chukwuemeka are coming on. And they have replaced Nkunku, certainly is one of those who's gone off, who just disappeared from view after the first 10 minutes. And Wolves are going to make 2 changes as well.
Yeah, Bellegarde and Doyle.
And Doyle for Mario Lemina, I think. He's coming off, is he? Or is he just coming for a drink? No, Lemina's coming for instruction.
Yes.
It's Neto who's being replaced. Well, after... he hasn't scored a goal today, Neto, but again, a thrilling performance from Neto.
He's been excellent. He really has been excellent.
One of the Premier League's most exciting footballers this season, I think, no matter who you support. And Sarabia has come off as well. So, for the moment, Gomez is staying on. Although he doesn't look very sure about it, but he is. Sarabia is withdrawn, and so too Neto. And they've added Doyle and Bellegarde. And whatever else Bellegarde is, they've added another flyer.
Yeah, he's not very quick, is he?
Well,
here he goes.
Yeah, he's after a throw from Totti. So they've still got that weapon. Now Chelsea trying to respond, and Mudryk's played a pass which Jackson wouldn't have caught on a moped. And it's cleared down the left by Kilman towards Aït-Nouri, but he couldn't quite gather it in.
No,
Aït-Nouri's getting gradually going further and further forward as the game's being played, rather than holding the lead. Wolves have just got to watch they don't get overexcited here. That's perhaps their only danger at the moment, as they snuff out another attack by knocking the ball away from Jackson. And Bellegarde's tried to go forward and fallen over his own feet, I think, on the far side in his eagerness to attack. Now he is Chukwuemeka moving forward on the Chelsea left. A touch from Mudryk turns straight into a challenge from Doyle, and the ball put out for a throw. We were talking at the start of the programme about Wolves thinking clearly. Chelsea, I would suggest to you, are not thinking clearly at the moment. They don't have that look about them as a team.
No, they have a look of individuals, where Wolves have a look of togetherness.
I think that's a good point.
They really have. They've got that confidence from the manager because the manager knows what he's doing, knows how he wants to set up, and everybody buys into it. And I think that's the difference. I don't think Chelsea are able to do that at the moment.
Well, if you want to
switches on,
if you look at who looks more likely to score a goal at the moment,
it's the Wolves, 100%.
Cunha, for the first time in the game, has just walked onto a pass, but the fact that he had time to walk onto it, Disasi is not going to be pulled up for that challenge on Aït-Nouri, and Cunha's now back to do some brilliant defending, super defending by Cunha, who filled in at left back behind Aït-Nouri.
Yeah, brilliant play from Cunha there. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Mike. To actually do that, your left back's gone forward, your sort of striker come wide player fits in for you.
Well, that needs there's a foul here by Aït-Nouri. Commitment and clear thinking, and that's what's happening. Gallagher's going to take the free kick. I see the ripped sock is obviously a fashion that has passed you and I by.
Yeah, we've missed that one.
I don't know what that is.
I don't think I got the email about that one. The ripped sock one.
I'll wait for the pigeon message. Here's a free kick coming from Gallagher from the Chelsea right, lifting it high through the ball. That's a bit big. Mudryk is chasing it. Lemina's there first, and he's headed it away for a throw. Lemina thought he might have been fouled there as well.
I think he caught his ankle, I don't think it was intentional, but I do think he caught his ankle.
Well, Lemina's ended up off the field, but he wants some treatment, so... Or does he? No, he's alright. He's back on his feet. He doesn't stay down for long, Mario Lemina.
I think Ben Chilwell's refereeing the game over in that little corner over there, using his experience.
Yes. And Chelsea have the ball with... it's a good spin by Palmer. Away from Aït-Nouri and trying to knock the ball through the legs, but away from Wolves. And here's Bellegarde and Cunha with so much space, and Bellegarde running on in the middle. And Cunha's tried to feed it to him, but the pass wasn't quite right.
Lazy pass from Cunha there.
Yeah.
Trying to do it with the outside of his right foot instead of putting his fellow striker in.
Yeah.
Good opportunity there to actually finish the game off completely.
There is just a slight danger of Wolves overindulging a bit here. Because they're leading 3-1 with the game in the palm of their hand at the moment, and there is just a danger of them overdoing it.
Cunha's got to be better there in that position.
Mudryk forward to the edge of the penalty area, and Jackson lays the ball into the middle, waiting for a blue shirt to run onto it, and nobody does. And it's cleared, not a great clearance towards Bellegarde. Wolves not quite settled down since the substitutions. Out to the left side go Chelsea. Chilwell's cross, and it's caught by Jose Sarr. And we've got 14 minutes to go. Wolves leading Chelsea by 3-1, and they just need to manage this carefully now for a bit.
They do, Jose Sarr's excellent there. Gary's talking about small details. Taking that cross at that speed and just bringing it into your body was just good goalkeeping.
Yeah.
And that's a small detail that Gary talks about, and making sure that they do better.
Yeah. And again, thinking, because earlier in the game his first thought was get the ball forward quickly. Now it's not necessarily about
that.
Mudryk forward on the left for Chelsea, driving towards the byline and turned around completely by Semedo. Sends him scurrying back where he came from. Back to Chilwell. And now Mudryk tries again, the Ukrainian. Pass in field headed away by Lemina. Chelsea try out to the right and Disasi. Across it comes for Thiago Silva. Back to the left and Chilwell. Wolves snapped back elastically into their shape. And infield it comes to Thiago Silva, now to Disasi. Chelsea just crabbing forward towards the penalty area. Sideways to Gallagher. Out to the right side and Gusto. Four waiting in the middle, rather static. Gallagher to Palmer, forward to Disasi, the centre-back, who's now playing alongside the strikers in this move. Out to Gusto from the right. João Gomez is there to meet him. Gusto glides away. Infield to the right, Chelsea getting more subs ready. Pass by Palmer to the left edge of the penalty area is intercepted, and away comes Tommy Doyle for Wolves. And his pass forward, he's been put into touch, and that the yellow card is coming. Chilwell, has got one for that. And Wolves have a free kick. And for the first time in the game, it feels like Wolves, having tried to speed it up a lot, they're now slowing it down.
Yeah. I was just thinking there, Mike, it's the first time I've been to a so-called away game, into a stadium like this, and not heard the home supporters sing once.
No.
They've just been quiet all the way through. Even at the start of the game, there was no songs or anything. Wolves fans have been brilliant down there.
Oh, and from the free kick, Chilwell couldn't intercept it. Thiago Silva under pressure from Bellegarde, who's won the ball, and Aït-Nouri wants it in the penalty area, but he's struggling to find some more help. He's managed to backheel it back to Bellegarde, and now Doyle. And Wolves, rather than hurry it into the centre, are happy to take the ball away to the right side, and again they've got plenty of men who want to get involved, and why wouldn't you, the way Wolves are playing
This
at the
is
moment.
coming out to Totti, this is.
Yeah, well, Totti's over on the left in space. Chelsea are getting subs ready, and Wolves are just moving the ball wherever they feel like now. Here's Cunha. Cunha's going to run Gusto, and he's accelerating away from him into the penalty area. Oh, it's a penalty all day.
Definite.
Surely. And Tom Robinson, again, he has to think about it, Tim Robinson, just to make sure that he'd seen what he thought he saw,
100%
but he saw
penalty.
the same as we all saw, which was an obvious penalty. He might only be thinking as to whether he also needs to show a yellow card to Gusto. If he does, it'll be followed by a red.
He'll be off.
But the first, that's the slightly second order of business now, because Wolves are going to have a penalty first.
He's cleaning on goal, Mike. He's got to go.
I think he
Gotta
might
go.
well. He'd be lucky to get away with it.
Yeah. He's pretending he's got cramp.
Yeah. The referee, what's he going to do? I think the referee might let him off.
No, he won't. He can't. He's cleaning on goal. The next stop is a shot.
Yeah. And it was a desperate tackle from Gusto.
It does look like he might have got a little touch on that ball, you know.
Yeah. VAR will look at it, of course, as they do for all the penalty decisions. Chelsea are telling the ref their side of the story, and
but it's a foul.
Well,
It's a
sometimes
anywhere on the pitch, it's a booking.
If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck,
it's normally a chicken.
Well, it would be on this occasion, I think. Anyway, so Chelsea going to make some subs while they're waiting for the penalty.
I'm pretty sure that they might be subbing Gusto.
Yeah, well, that would be a canny thing to do, I think, before the referee changes his mind. He gives way to one of Chelsea's youngsters, Alfie Gilchrist.
That's interesting. Second bench Chilwell off.
Yeah, and I can't say that the players coming off are being welcomed by the home support.
No.
Chilwell being replaced by Benoit Badiashile, another French international in the squad. And Wolves fans having a...
I think he's got away with one there, the sending off.
Yes, well...
Interested to see what Gary's thoughts are a little bit later.
Well, if this goes in, Cunha will be having a serious steward's inquiry about getting that first goal back in his name, because this would be for a hat-trick for Matheus Cunha if he gets the first one. And at the moment he may not, but that's not really the main issue at the moment.
Yeah, finish the game off.
Well, with still 9 minutes to go, and this would surely put Chelsea away. Wolves already leading by 3-1 at Stamford Bridge, and Cunha scores.
Brilliant
and
penalty.
Wolves are strolling towards a double over Chelsea. 2-1 at Molineux on Christmas Eve, and now 4-1 here at Stamford Bridge, and Wolves moving above Chelsea are exerting their dominance over the big spending team from Stamford Bridge. 4-1 now.
That was a quality penalty kick. So calm, so collected. Knew what he was going to do, where he was going to put it. What a brilliant performance by him.
Yeah.
Well played, Cunha.
He looks twice the player, frankly, that Wolves signed last January. He's added so much. I mean, there's a lot of raw materials there to work with in the first place, but he's added such a lot to his game.
Got to give the manager credit for that, Mike. An awful lot of credit.
Yeah.
Really have. I mean, this is a lovely penalty.
Yeah.
Just waits for the keeper to move and shoves it in the far corner.
Well, that's beautifully done by Matheus Cunha. Manchester United 3, West Ham 0. Garnacho has got 2. Wolves are on their way up to 32 points. And this is a team which, frankly, everybody at the start of the season was saying if you keep them in the league, you'll have done your job.
Bottom 6, yeah. Try and get yourself anywhere above that bottom 3 into those 16, 17 positions.
Gary's just come out of the technical area, Gary O'Neill, tapping his temples, saying, look, keep concentrating. I mean, you'll be lucky. They're on cloud 9 at the minute. Here's Gallagher. He's right, though.
That's how Alcesti is.
Well, that's...
You know, and that's the good signs of the job. He wants more. He wants even better. He wants his details to be correct.
Yeah.
He wants people not to be run off.
Well, the Wolves fans are giving
like that.
Pochettino plenty now.
well.
Here's a cross into the penalty area, and ain't Nouri yet totally switched on. Watches Gilchrist coming, sees it behind for a goal.
That's it. That's exactly how pleased he'll be with that. That's what happens.
Well, they're leading 4-1, and they're well worth it. Hugo Bueno is waiting to come on, one of the supporting cast just of late. And
I'd take Cunha off.
yeah, well,
Get him a clap.
he's done his bit.
He's done his bit, especially if he's got that trick as well.
Yeah, well, that's, as I say, there's a steward's inquiry on that
Not many.
after his first one, but he's going to be in the the dubious goals panel, and be
Yeah.
all over him. Anyway, Chelsea are coming forward, still trying to grab something. Cole Palmer, who gave them the lead, remember, what seems a very long time ago. Cunha,
Not many people scored a hat-trick here.
no, that's
From an away point of view, I mean.
Yeah.
Obviously,
this
quality players that Chelsea have had over
Chelsea
the years.
fan on the far side walking out, waving a white flag. So waving his hanky as if
Two white
putting
flags.
the white flag up.
Yeah.
We've surrendered. I'm
He's
bound
he's getting a clap as well
Yeah,
from
well,
his other supporters.
I'm bound to say he's got a point, because well though Wolves have played, and they really have, Chelsea have sort of laid down in front of them, really, as more of the second half's gone on.
I think you've got to give full credit to
without
Wolves, absolutely.
a doubt. Mudrik's going forward on the left, and he's won a corner for Chelsea.
Yeah, Wolves have been full value for the win. They really have.
They've exposed Chelsea.
Yeah, first half they were excellent. Second half they've been equally as good. Not quite as many opportunities on goal, but still being comfortable.
Yeah. But the eagerness to follow in. Here's the corner from the left, and it's headed across goal.
goal.
It's in for a Chelsea goal at 4-2. It might have been Thiago Silva in for that.
I think it was, yeah.
It was Thiago Silva at the near post.
He's saying that he'd be disappointed with his previous header,
Yeah.
and then he's gone and nodded one in.
Yeah, and now
Gary's
Gary
furious.
O'Neill. Yeah, he will be.
Absolutely furious.
Because these are the details. He want his team to see it out, especially after losing a point at the end the other night. So Chelsea have won. So it's 4-2. So much as Wolves have been revelling in the last 5 minutes, and rightly so, there's a job still to be finished here.
Bueno coming on.
Yeah, Hugo Bueno, and he's getting the third degree here from, and Ait Nouri's the player being replaced. So
You can see that he hasn't played for a bit in a way and stuff. It's a super header. It's a super header from Silva.
Yep, Thiago Silva's third goal of the season. If it this is a good fact, and well done to our office for digging this one out so quick. If it stands as a hat-trick, and I think it will get looked at one way, well, but if it is, he would only be the fourth visiting player to score a Premier League hat-trick here. Is that right?
Yeah, not bad.
In 30 years of the Premier League. Canu, Robin van Persie and Sergio Aguero. Well, there's a list you'd like to be on.
He's in good company, isn't he? Let's hope that he gets the nod.
Tell you what, he'd be on the phone, wouldn't he, in the morning?
No.
Be having a word about that. Wow. Who wouldn't want to be on a list like that?
Yeah.
Now João Gomez under pressure, and there's a bit of a problem here. Palmer cuts the ball back, Gallagher off balance. Lamina was digging that one out. It didn't look like a foul, and the referee didn't think it was either. Hugo Bueno out to Bellegarde, and infield to Cunha, trying to guide this out to safety on the left. We've just got to be careful here. And Gilchrist is trying to bustle Mateus Cunha out of the way. If any of them have slightly switched off, it's time to switch back on.
Yeah. A little bit of argy-bargy going on between the two dugouts.
Yeah. Cunha managed that quite well, actually. And now Matt Doherty's got ready to come on. That seems like a smart head to be bringing on at this point.
Yeah, get Cunha off.
Yes. And just hold.
Is he on a booking as well, Mike? Has he been booked, Cunha?
No, Neto was booked in the first half, but I don't think Cunha has been. Ball forward on the left, but it's going to be a Wolves throw on the far side. 2 minutes and added time left. So to avoid any late jitters, Wolves are going to get Matt Doherty on. Sean Derry's over to show him the iPad. What did managers do before they had both?
Have it on a piece of paper.
Yeah, oh well. the march of some of us still
technology.
do.
Yeah.
Here's ball moved back to halfway for Chelsea, who will be just eager to show their fans they've still got a sniff in this. at 4-2 with a minute and a half and added time left. Out to the left it comes, ball bent in, and Totti heads it down and away. That's
good
nicely done.
Totti.
Got into position to head it clear, headed out, thrown out to the left, and collected there by Fernandez. And infield to
Gary's trying to get the dock on, isn't he?
Yes, he would like to.
Yeah.
Silva for Badiashile. Disasi's playing out on the right now, but they've gone over to the left for Fernandez, and he wins a throw. Or does he? No, here comes... he does, but here comes Doherty. And Gary O'Neill looks more plugged in now than he has at any point in the match. João Gomez is coming off. And, he's been nursing a knock for the last 20 minutes, hasn't he?
He's been excellent as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Him and Lamina in that midfield area. Been very, very good.
So he's made 4 changes now, but I think that he's stopped the game 3 times, so that'll be the last. So
it's a strange rule, that is, isn't it?
I assume it's to try and... Because adding the 5 subs, I think, has added something to the game. It's added a new... It's made much more of a consequential difference than I thought it would.
Yeah.
But I suppose to try and stop the game being, disrupted all the time, to try and limit that a bit. It is an odd rule, but I can see why. 10 minutes.
Is it 10? Is it really?
It's going to be 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Wow, okay. We haven't had a VAR stoppage, have we? There's a cross into the Wolves penalty area and through it, now the other side. Okay, now they really have got to switch on. 10 minutes, and you can hear what that's done to the fans still in the ground. Ball crossed in from the left, it's deflected off the head of Doyle. Header out from Lamina. And out to the far side. So
Mike, a bit of singing.
Well,
first time.
Come on, Chelsea.
90th minute.
Well, 10 minutes then for Chelsea to recover 2 goals after they've conceded 4 for the second time this week. And a pass played through, and there's danger here. Jackson's shot was blocked by the goalkeeper, and Kilman made a very important tackle in the middle of all that. Gallagher hit a shot into a crowd that was blocked, and away comes Lamina. Chelsea were appealing for a penalty. I didn't see a challenge in there that looked like one, and neither did the referee. But Sarr had to come out and make an important block.
Good save. And good play as well from Lamina, bringing that ball out.
Yeah, well, they're going to need to be careful about this. So we're getting there's another stoppage now. They're looking at...
Oh, it's a brilliant tackle.
Right, yeah, Kilman got in front of Sarr.
Look at that. Look at that, Mike.
That was brilliant from Kilman. I think maybe they just had a quick look at whether Totti had bumped Jackson, but no, the referee's just indicating there's nothing going on. But that will mean a bit more time added on, of course. So we're into...
I think that was a double block from Kilman, wasn't it? I think he blocked the second one as well.
He blocked the second as well. He just knows where he needs to be.
Yeah, he does, Getting better and better, isn't he? Mourinho should be his agent. We're getting him a move here.
Well, I think an England call would be timely.
Yeah, why not?
Well, last year when people were talking about it, then he did have a spell where he sort of form dipped a bit, but he looks very good again at the moment. Forward come Chelsea on their right, encouraged by the sight of double figures on the fourth official's board, and seeing Palmer bend the ball into the left side of the penalty area, headed up in the air by Mudryk, and that made it easy for the goalkeeper to catch that. Jose Sarr.
Nice and easy, but it's important goalkeeping.
Yeah, he likes to give it the slight air of, the bit of a clowning around occasionally, Jose Sarr, but when it's serious time now, it's serious time now, and he's paying full attention. He's a very good keeper, let's be honest. Yeah, he does a good job. Gilchrist on the Chelsea right, infield to Enzo Fernandez, forward by Badiashile and Mudryk. Out to the left, Cunha's playing more withdrawn now on the left side. Bellegarde is the only man forward and leading this sort of blocking attempt. Cunha looks as though he's managing his energy. Disasi's crossing from the right, headed out by Dawson, and Totti is making himself big ahead of Gallagher. Oh, a little tap there by Cunha. Got the ball to Bellegarde. Can he slip him away down this time before Fernandez shuts down the possibility? No, the moment passed there. Fernandez won the ball, and Cunha's come back for more and deflected it out for a throw. And it's got thrown back to Gilchrist. Now forward comes Thiago Silva. We've had 3 minutes of the 10 added, and we might go slightly beyond that yet. Chelsea 2, Wolves 4, and a good block there by Hugo Bueno on Palmer's pass. Intelligent position,
he's in.
and he's played Bellegarde in. Bellegarde running at the penalty area, keeper's retreating, Bellegarde taking his time, and it's saved by Petrovic.
Poor finish.
Didn't quite have the conviction there that he needed, John Rickner Bellegarde. He just was always sort of hesitating a bit, wasn't he?
He didn't look convinced, did he?
No.
Didn't look convinced that he was going to whiz it inside and then smash one into the far post, far corner.
That's the difference between a player who's right on the maximum, as Cunha and Neto have been, and one who's just not quite sure.
Yeah. Sometimes it's difficult to get up to speed.
Yes, in a game, must be. It must be. But another opportunity. How many times?
Wolves have been excellent.
Well, I've just got to close it out now. Leading 4-2 on BBC Radio WM in added time, but there's quite a bit of it left to go. Gilchrist for Chelsea. Infield to Gallagher. Out to Disasi. Right touchline. Back for Gilchrist again. 3 in the centre for Chelsea.
This is an attack versus defence situation now. It really is.
Thiago Silva out to the left.
Wolves are saying, right, come and break us down.
Fernandes to Gallagher, pokes it through the legs of Hugo Bueno, into the penalty area. Disasi getting wide, Totti stayed with him, was all over him, wrapped him up with the tackle, and it's cleared down the touchline.
Done well there, Totti.
Fully committed, isn't he? Whatever
absolutely.
he does. And backs his eye, because it's dangerous making those tackles if they're in the penalty area, but he backs his judgment, and he got it right again. Out to the left, and Mudryk puts in a cross. Jackson's looking for this. Dawson's there, heads it away. Hugo Bueno won the second header, and it is attack v defence. It's coming straight back from Fernandes to Chukwuemeka, and loses the ball to Hugo Bueno, who's the furthest Wolves player forward. He's going to have to go on himself, and he's up for it. Plays it out to the left, and Cunha back in field for a chancy pass for Lemina, but he found him. And
he's been excellent, Lemina, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he really has.
He's looked like the boss in midfield, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Up against, at the beginning of the game, Lemina and Gomez, I remind you, were up against 2 players whom Chelsea paid more than £100 million each for, in Caicedo and Fernandes. And who's been in charge in there? Now, a pass out of defence by Totti. That one was cut out, but he's recovered it. He's recovered his own, bit of a mistake. Now he's wandered into trouble again.
What's he doing?
Yeah, he's playing on his own, Totti, at the moment. That's not a great policy. But they have eaten up a bit more time. 6 minutes of the added 10 have gone by. Palmer up towards the edge of the penalty area. Wolves with a 2-goal advantage at 4-2. A cross coming in toward Jackson. Dawson's there again.
Dawson's brilliant.
And now the ball is on the near side with Cunha. He's waiting for Gilchrist to foul him, and obligingly Gilchrist does just that. And it's going to be...
They had a little bit of a spat on the halfway line earlier on, didn't they, Mike?
They did, Gilchrist. Yeah, he's come on looking up for the contest, hasn't he? And Cunha's
smiling.
Just sort of smiles sweetly at him every time.
He's hoping to go on that list of unbelievable strikers that have scored a hat-trick at Chelsea.
Yes. Well, he's got a good claim. We thought that his first one did look like his goal rather than an own goal, for all there was a big deflection.
Let's hope. Let's hope for him.
I'll say. Chances
that
like
is
that.
A list of world-class strikers, not just good strikers, world-class strikers.
Yeah, all of whom at some point have been the best in the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you wouldn't mind being on that list. And chances to do that sort of thing don't come along all that often. Here's Chelsea bursting forward on the left with Badiashile. He's played a pass for Mudryk. Mudryk looking for Jackson, and another very well judged interception by Kilman, who is as good of a judge of a sliding interception as anybody around at the moment. He knows when to go down and when not to. Corner to Chelsea on their left. 7.5 minutes over the 90 now played. In comes the corner and headed out by Semedo. Out to the edge of the box. Gallagher's shot is well over. Tried to guide it over all the traffic and hit it over the bar as well.
You know, Mike, you put training sessions on during the week, attack versus defence, and very rarely do the attackers score. I think Wolves have been, in this period of 10 minutes, have been excellent defensively. Organisation from the back 3 centre-halves has been brilliant. It really has.
Very good.
Look at Dawson there, still shouting and moaning at everybody.
The thing is, obviously, he's never been necessarily the quickest, and he certainly isn't at his quickest pace now at
No.
35. But it's all in his head. He knows where.
But
he's
he wasn't quick at 21.
No,
So he ain't changed that much.
but he's quick in the brain.
Yeah, he's clever.
And so he's popping up in front of Jackson before Jackson even thinks he needs to be there. And by no means picking on Jackson, he's not by no means the first striker
absolutely.
that's happened to
No,
this
that's right.
But that's why Dawson is as good as he is.
Yeah.
Cleared by Semedo. And give us a wave, you'll be lucky at the moment.
He can't even hear you.
No, not at the moment.
He's concentrating.
He's got blinkers on. There'll be time for that. Ball played out to the left.
He'll want to keep it still down to 2 and not concede.
Yes. Out to the right of his own penalty area goes Semedo, and he sends Gallagher into the scenery with a nice turn. Plays a pass down the line. It's out for a throw near halfway, but Wolves will buy that because we're in the 100th minute. There's the way. Hey. Very good. He waited not till the ball went out.
He heard straight away.
Oh, but not till the ball went out was he going to indulge in that. He kept him happy. Listen to that. Tell you what, there'll be some fan buses on the way home.
There'll be a few happy Wolverhampton Wanderers supporters travelling up the motorway, that's for sure.
It'll be a slow ride home today. Here's a shot from the edge of the area. A slight fumble by Sarr, and Dawson appeared in front of him as Insurance heads it behind for a corner.
Difficult save, that bounce right in front of him.
Yeah. But again, Dawson was there, so a striker might have thought about getting there, but Dawson's already done it.
Yeah.
Corner on the Chelsea left. They're nearly there, Wolves. We're now at 100 minutes ticking up as this corner comes in, so we're playing the fractions of extra time on top of the 10 minutes. And the referee, Chelsea are offside. Well, that sums it up. And that says, referee says that's plenty.